Vorazun, where do we have him?
Shadow Fury. Anyways, yes, Shadow Fury is how you kill mines in the optimal way. If you're not using Shadow Fury to kill mines, you got like Void Rays, I guess. I don't know. Of course, how do you detect mines? No matter what you use, it's terrible.
Yep.
So Vorazun's gonna have a bad day because she can't see.
Yeah.
She's blind old lady.
Blind old lady.
Unfortunately. Now, but hey, at least you have Time Stop, and Time Stop reveals all the mines.
Every 4 minutes.
And I mean, you can always do the option of just Time Stop and just YOLO onto Thrashers, except
Diffusion.
means you're going to have to manually Shadow Fury the Thrashers to YOLO onto them. You can't just right click on them. So it's like, you got like, no matter what you do, there's going to be like a, no, that's going to actually be painful on second thought. So C tier, D tier is where I'm thinking she would be in the realm of. You're gonna be in a bad spot. No matter, it's gonna be hard no matter what you do. The easiest option I think is gonna be learning to use Shadow Fury Micro, because you don't want to be using Void Rays here.
Well,
I don't think. But,
killing's
I mean,
not the hard part. Seeing is the hard part. And then
seeing is the hard part, but killing is also a hard part.
Yeah.
Killing and seeing are both hard. Everything's hard.
Yeah, so what makes him better than...
do it, yes, but everything's hard.
What makes him better than Phoenix?
Because at least everything has like the tools that you can reasonably do it without like struggling. It's just that you have to actually put in the labor to do everything. Like you have to get detection, you have to babysit your detection, you have to babysit your units to actually kill mines, you have to babysit your units to actually kill bases, you have to micro to kill everything. Phoenix, it's just, can I even push into this base?
Slowly, yeah.
The way is much easier.
The way you do it as Phoenix is you don't charge into a base. You tickle a base, you aggro the that's out, so they're the ones fighting at choke point, and then you kill them, and then you inch your way in. Like, take them out a few at a time.
That sounds so much more painful than you press E on them, you blink away, you count to 15.
Well, I think winning is less painful than dying. How about you two?
I have absolutely no way of seeing Phoenix as being even vaguely as easy as Vorazun, let alone easier. I don't know how you found Phoenix easier than Vorazun. I would much rather be Vorazun than Phoenix for this.
I'm not saying they're better, or I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying they're similar.
I'm saying he's better.
I am saying she's considerably better. I definitely would put Vorazun in D tier.
Vorazun is my worst commander on this list, the lowest one I have. So bad.
No, I cannot. Cannot agree with Vorazun below Phoenix. I cannot agree with Vorazun on par with Phoenix.
You gotta show me how Vorazun is done here, Stixbender. You gotta show me how.
Yes, I already showed you how Zagara's done.
Yeah, you showed me how Zagara's done.
I think you overestimate how easy or how many people are gonna use manual Shadow Fury.
And how many people...
I think you underestimate how hard it is to get Phoenix's army to actually win a fight.
I've done both, so I know how hard it is. And Phoenix was a lot easier.
Yeah, attack was better than... Attack was easier than manual casting spells. Can confirm.
Oracle is the worst detector.
Yes, that we can all agree with. The Oracle is the single worst detector in the game.
Yeah.
It's so fast. It gets killed.
It's got literally every single AI target this flag on it possible, so that the AI just like... Oracle has like Giga Taunt.
Yeah. That's really the thing that I think makes Vorazun harder. Not the killing part.
And even worse, Oracles make you build a Stargate, which has no reason to exist aside from detection.
Yeah, that's really why I can see.
The Oracle's not even invisible until you build a fleet beacon and get an upgrade at the fleet beacon that you built just to cloak your detector. Because
yeah, that's what we're saying. That killing's not the hard part. Seeing is so hard that.
Okay, but I don't see how you're killing so easily with Phoenix. I don't think Phoenix's killing is gonna be as easy as that.
Here's how I see it. Phoenix's killing is E, and his seeing is B. Vorazun's killing is B. Her seeing is E.
No, her seeing is F.
It's just kind of yes, just a rough estimate. Like that's how I rate them. So That's how I see them as similar.
So
See,
another thing is that fighting the Thrashers, let's say you cleared everything already, you still have to deal with Diffusion Thrashers. So if you use Void Rays, you have the Thrashers might lightning you, and you're gonna if you let them hit you like twice, you're gonna lose them. If you use Colossi, they outrange the
Void Rays have
outrange
the same range as Colossi.
if you get
They
it
all-
charged.
If you get it charged, yes.
But if you
It
can't
only
get
needs
to that point,
you.
if you haven't
just-
hit anything,
you shoot, like, the
it's still
random
6 range.
buildings that they have sitting around the Thrashers that do nothing because their production structure.
No, you've cleared everything, right? You clear everything. Everything has died, and then
What did you clear it with? You're using Mass Void Ray, so what did you clear it with that wasn't your Void Ray?
You have to dodge the lightning, and then when you dodge the lightning, you stop attacking.
You have like a 5-second window before it resets the Void Ray beams. It's a long time. The Thrasher's gonna be shooting at the fortress again before the Void Rays decharge. And if you were like, here's the thing: if you get close enough to the Thrasher that it's lightninging you, that means that what you could do is back up a bit and right-click the Thrasher because you're close enough. You've cleared enough. Start shooting the Thrasher.
I don't know the range on the lightning.
Okay, guys.
But I just
The
felt-
lightning aggro's at range
Guys,
7 or 6.
I think
the Void Ray has range 9.
Guys, I think we've proven in this conversation that Vorazun and Phoenix are similar. Because we're debating Vorazun against Phoenix. I think they're similar, and I think Vorazun is clearly worse than Abathur.
Yes, that we can agree on.
Yes.
So that's E.
Yes.
There we go.
I put him in E. I put Vorazun in E.
We can put Vorazun in E.
There we go. Thank you, guys. Zagara, where do we put him?
Zagara's better than Vorazun. Zagara. So like P3. No, I saw Stickspender's P2 run. I used P3, and you can hit the 4th set of Thrashers with bio launchers from the left side.
Oh,
you
that's
hit
cool.
the
that
two
sounds
left.
painful. Oh, that sounds painful.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's
It's so
Okay,
cool.
okay. You have to clear that whole area. You have to get creep there. You have to build bio launchers. You have to protect those bio launchers. The fact that the attack waves are spawning on your bio launchers. Oh, that sounds awful.
they don't spawn
And
on
then you
your.
bio launcher them. You
And then it's
turn the bio
immortal.
launchers.
And then it's immortals, and they 3-shot your bio launcher.
It's
And there are 20 of them, so they kill 5 bio launchers in the projectile time of your bio launchers.
I'm not saying this is the ultimate strategy. I'm saying it is a strategy. I didn't want to use corruptors because you already did it, so I wanted to try something
Fair
different.
enough. Fair enough. Yeah, corruptors is the easiest way by far. It is.
You
they
cannot
are
use
by far the
P1.
easiest way. You cannot use P1.
You should not use
No.
P1.
Okay.
No
Definitely don't use
P1 against
P1.
Diffusion. Do not use P1 against Diffusion.
Okay.
No.
But
So
yeah, with P3, the Hydralisk, the Hunter Killers, and Baneling Barrage clear mines really easily, and you have a pretty good uptime with that. You just keep your Overseer alive, and then slowly push, and you can push pretty quickly. So, but with that said, it's still not easy. So, I put Zagara in D.
okay, how about you, Stickspender?
Zagara on par with Abathur? Now that don't sound right.
I think it's really rough with Abathur since the mines sort of disable his ultimate evolutions, and this it's a combination of the map and the mutator.
But you just rush swarm hosts, and you can have swarm hosts out pretty quick, or you just rush guardians, but that's a little slower early game. That's honestly why I brought up swarm hosts with Abathur. It's you can get swarm hosts fast as you can get out guardians, and swarm hosts and guardians both work. Just one of them you can get out faster, and you're missing your early game because you don't have ultimate evolution. So you just rush swarm hosts, and you can get swarm hosts pretty fast.
So
I don't
do you
know.
think?
I feel like you could just get swarm hosts nice and fast and be fine with Abathur. I feel like we just have a really well-populated E tier of 3 commanders who are all just oh gosh, everything is bad.
I don't think she's E. Closer to D actually, but where do you put him?
I put her in E.
You put her in E.
Like your corruptors work, your bio launches work, your hero unit works. That is the extent of what works. Okay, fine. Spine crawlers also exist.
Okay, so Tutu, you had Zagara and D, and D. and Stixbear had him in E. I had Zagara in D.
I really feel like Zagara is like roughly in the same situation as Phoenix and Vorazun. It's like Phoenix, Vorazun, and Zagara. It's like all three of them. Can they do it? Yes. Is it a complicated method that like it feels like you're really, really working around the mutators? Yes.
In that regard, yeah,
Well,
I can
okay.
see it.
Vorazun, it's not a complicated method. It's play normally. It's just play normally and get good at it. But, you know, the point remains. It's like you're really playing around the mutators with those three. Like,
Mhm.
to an extreme. Abathur's playing around the mutators pretty hard, but, like, if you just rush Swarm Host like you were playing P2 and just, like, don't get ultimate evolutions, like a P2 player who's just skipping the ultimate evolutions and rushing to the Swarm Host, yeah. Just play normally if that's your playstyle. Play normally and it'll work. It's not as good as the other commanders. He's still D tier, but it's definitely better than those three, I think.
Can you really farm biomass with all those mines in the way?
You don't need to farm biomass if you're just rushing Swarm Host. Swarm Hosts without biomass are decent enough, and the first attack wave will show up and say, "Here you go. Here's your starter kit of biomass. Go nuts."
That's funny.
And then you clear out the first Void Thrasher. There you go. You got some like the biomass you get from clearing waves and clearing bases around the Thrashers. You don't need to rush out. You're not rushing Ultimate Evolutions. Your big stopgap for Abathur with this Swarm Host, with Mass Swarm P2 Swarm Host, or even Mass P1 Swarm Host, but probably Mass P2 Swarm Host, so you're less biomass dependent. The bottleneck isn't biomass, it's money. I know this is a crazy concept, Abathur being bottlenecked by money, but Abathur, in that case, is bottlenecked by money.
Interesting. That
Oh,
I
also,
had
by
an
the way,
easier
that's
time using
another
Abathur
note I'd like to
P3.
make. That's another note I'd like to make.
Abathur's also gonna have a little bit of issue expanding, right? Because of diffusion.
Yeah, Abathur's gonna have issues expanding. Phoenix is gonna have issues expanding. Voraz is gonna have issues expanding. Zagara is gonna have issues expanding. Stukov's
Cannon
gonna have
expand.
issues expanding.
Yeah.
Cannon expand is your best option. Cannon expand is your best option. Spine expand is your best option. Spine expand is your best option. Like all of them, it's like static defense expand is your best option. Oof.
So where do we have him?
I
Tutu
really
says
think that
the-
Abathur is a step above the other three, and then the other three are all like indistinguishable, pretty much. It feels like to me. Aside from the fact that I think Vorazun is a lot higher, but I'm expecting too much execution apparently.
Yeah. Okay. Here's I think the decision point. So Zagara can clear out effectively with the third prestige, but if you make a single mistake, like if you miss a mine or three, Zagara's dead and you're set back by a whole minute. So I think that's enough to kick her down to E. I mean, it's not too far. Basically, E means don't play this.
The fact that you're gonna have to clear out the enemy's spawn area and put bio launchers at their spawn point and hope it's not a comp that has a lot of burst damage when it first spawns. Imagine if it's a comp with banelings. They spawn in banelings. There's the creep that you put there to get the bio launchers that gives the baneling speed, and like
Why
the
don't you put
baneling
your
2
banelings
seconds
there?
in. Okay, sure, but like, we're having to spawn camp the enemy in order to get the real estate to snipe the Thrasher with bio launchers.
I think we can
Or
have
you're using
Zagara.
corruptors,
Okay,
or
I
you're
think
using corruptors, which just die instantly to mines if you mess up and miss a minefield, and then you're just reset to square zero.
we can have Zagara in E just because, well, we don't want to recommend her either. I mean, Abathur's not a whole lot better, but yeah, I think Zagara in E is fine by me. Just don't use these three guys.